What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the 182 News YouTube page. Appreciate you checking out this video. Today, I want to talk about Mark's Ernie Ball Music Man StingRays. He had 4 of them throughout the 90s, and I just wanted to show some cool pictures of them, talk about them, and maybe hit on their current whereabouts. To get started, we know Mark's first bass was the black Mako bass. He still has this to this day. It was just on display at the Blink VIP Museum. The second bass is the P bass, the Fender P bass, that's in the earliest photos of Blink. So if you see photos from 1993 or late 1992, that's what he's holding. And then the third bass he has is an Ernie Ball Music Man. It's this black StingRay. And I always just call it the Black Music Man or Black StingRay. And this thing was a tour dog. He had this from basically late 1994 through late 1997. If you saw Blink during that time period, Mark was playing this guitar live. What I love about this is the equivalent of that on Tom's side is basically the white sticker strap. So that same range, 94 through late 1997, if you saw Blink, that's the guitar pairing. It's really the perfect pairing in my opinion. When I think about the early days of Blink, it's those two playing those two guitars. So this is a very important Ernie Ball Music Man that he had, played it for essentially 3 years. The last known sighting of it was on an episode of MTV Cribs in the early 2000s. We don't know exactly where it is at this current time, although I will say we have a lead. So that's the Black Music Man, really rad axe. Right after that, he does go to a Fender P bass for a little bit, the Sonic Blue one. This is the one that you'll recognize in the Damn It video, in the What's My Age Again video. But he goes right back to what will become 3 different Ernie Balls in 3 different colors. So the first one we see is the one we just call the baby blue one. This is what it looks like. It's a really pretty finish. This one he played basically throughout 1998 along with these other 2. When you see these, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be 1998. It's pretty crazy. You see these, or if you see Tom with a Les Paul, best guess is it's going to be 1998 almost every single time. So this is the baby blue one. Current whereabouts of this one, it's actually in the hands of Christopher Holmes, who you should recognize from the Plus 44 album, the Neighborhoods album. He's been on the podcast. I reached out to him a few years back. He still has this bass. He sent some pictures of it. This is what it currently looks like. And at that time, he was saying that he had plans to clean it up and kind of get it back into proper playing shape. I need to reach out to him and see if he ever made that happen. But this is baby blue. Then we have what we call Peachy. This is a custom pink salmon color. It's a really unique color. And this is, again, one you'll see in 1998, Mark playing it. You'll see that in a bunch of rad photos. And this one has an interesting story. It was kind of passed through a couple hands for 20 years. And just recently, friend of mine, Joey, who is Blink-182 Bass Project on Instagram, he was able to find this and buy it. So if you want to see some current photos of that, head over there and check it out. These were some photos that he had provided for me to share on the podcast. So this is what it currently looks like. It was MIA forever, basically in the hands of someone who had no idea what they had. And here it is in safe hands, in a Blink fan's hands, and it's just really cool. I only care that these things are basically safe and cherished at this point. The third one we have here from 1998 is what we call Mr. Green, or Greenie. You can call it whatever you want. This is kind of what just some of us nerds come up with so that we know which guitar we're talking about. I always just call it Mr. Green. The reason this one is important is Enema of the State was partially tracked with this. So legend has it, Mark started recording it with this. They thought maybe it sounded a little bit too slinky in some parts, and he and Jerry Finn went to a local guitar center and they grabbed Peachy, a Fender bass, off the wall and finished tracking with that. So if you listen to Enema, there's still debate to this day which songs are with this Ernie Ball, which songs are with the Fender. I don't have the ear for it. I'll leave that up to you. But just fun fact there, this one was used on Enema of the State for sure. Mark still has it to this day. In fact, he busted it out on a Twitch stream a couple years back, which was really cool. So those are the 4. You know, if I had to pick a favorite, I would probably go with that Black Music Man from the early days. I think when it comes to importance to Blink, you know, the amount of shows that thing played and Blink's like coming to fame and through Dude Ranch and getting into that era, I think that's probably the one I would prefer. And then Mr. Greeny second, just because of tracking enema. That's pretty iconic. So those are the 4 Ernie Ball Music Mans. And then after that, as we know, Blink blows up, Mark's on Fender, really been on Fender ever since then. So let me know which one's your favorite. Any questions, comments below. Talk soon.